What is life like for him now at the MDC?
I would say 100% total culture shock. The MDC is, I've used the word austere a lot, but it is. It's austere, it's strict, it's impersonal, it's cold. And it is a very tough place to be detained.
Just when you thought the drama with Diddy couldn't get any messier, here's a twist no one saw coming. The warden at the Metropolitan Detention Center has revealed that Diddy is refusing to leave his prison cell, causing a major disruption in his legal cases. This isn't just a one-time thing either, it's throwing off multiple lawsuits, with his legal team scrambling to keep up.
Sean Combs is being kept away from the general inmate population. You say his fame makes him a target.
Yeah, sure. And not necessarily at the MDC only. I mean,
anywhere.
Yes, in my humble estimation, his life, his safety is in jeopardy in any correctional lockup right now. If it is true, as reported, that he is housed in the special housing unit, it's important to note that the special housing unit is a lockdown, 24-hour lockdown unit. The MDC Brooklyn is a high-rise. The vast majority of the floors are general population floors. But the special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown facility. So this is for Mr. Combs' protection. His incredible worldwide celebrity combined with the allegations, the charges now, and indictment, of course, of acts of violence against women make him a very attractive target.
Now, you might be wondering why this is such a big deal. Well, refusing to leave his cell means he's avoiding being served important legal papers, and it's led to delays in key hearings. Attorneys for one case even had to file a request to push back court dates because they couldn't reach him. And while all this is happening, Diddy's facing a serious criminal trial in May 2025 that could land him behind bars for 15 to 20 years. But the question remains, what's really going on here? Is this a calculated move, or is the pressure finally getting to him? Let's break it all down.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on suicide watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there, he was like an overnight guest. When they told his bond hearing, now they checked him into the system, and reality has hit him. And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day.
From mogul to inmate, Diddy's fall from grace has been nothing short of a tabloid tornado. But this latest twist, it's taken things to a whole new level. Let's start with the lawsuits. Over the last few months, Diddy's been hit with multiple civil cases, each one more shocking than the last. Former employees, associates, and even legal teams have brought forward serious allegations. These claims include misconduct, workplace toxicity, and even dangerous behavior, painting a troubling picture of the man who once dominated the music and entertainment world. Then there's the trial in May 2025. The charges? They're no minor issues. They could land him in prison for 15 to 20 years minimum. As if that weren't enough, his holiday meltdown added fuel to the fire. Reports emerged of Diddy breaking down emotionally during the festive season, leaving us to speculate whether the pressure of his empire was becoming too much to bear. Now, he is refusing to leave his cell, and the chaos that decision has caused is massive. Attorneys in at least 2 lawsuits are struggling to proceed because they can't even serve him the necessary papers. One legal team had to file a request to delay court hearings, pushing January dates into February. This isn't just about stalling. His refusal to cooperate is throwing a wrench into the entire legal process. But why is he refusing to leave his cell? Is it fear? Or is Diddy trying to gain some kind of leverage in this situation? To understand, we need to see the mountain of lawsuits that seem to grow taller by the day. First up is the Philip Pines case. Pines, a former assistant, has accused Diddy of creating a toxic work environment between 2019 and 2021. According to court documents, Pines says he was tasked with handling preparations for what Diddy allegedly called Wild King Nights. These events involved hotel rooms stocked with baby oil, enhancement products, and unexpected devices. Pines claims these nights often went on for days, and he was left to clean up the aftermath, including discarded discarded items and personal remnants. But it doesn't stop there. Pines has also alleged that Diddy forced him into an intimate situation with a woman while he stood by and watched. And the most shocking claim? Pines says Diddy once dangled a woman over a 17th floor balcony. Diddy's legal team has called these allegations baseless and insists he has never engaged in non-consensual acts. Still, the accusations are damaging and they're only the tip of the iceberg. Other lawsuits are piling on too. While details on some remain under wraps, insiders suggest they involve everything from financial disputes to allegations of misconduct. With so many cases in play, it's no wonder the pressure is mounting. So, is Diddy overwhelmed? Or is this all part of a strategy? Some people believe his refusal to leave his cell is a way to avoid facing these lawsuits, buying him time and forcing delays. Others think it's a sign that the stress is finally breaking him down. Either way, one thing is clear, this situation is fast and the consequences could be huge.
Another error that I guess some warden told you this. There are sentenced inmates there. They're called cadre inmates. They don't have to be white collar inmates, but they're doing maintenance on the building. And the problem, why there's a lot of violence there, they have housing units. And they're mixing bank robbers, drug dealers, rapists with white collar people. And this is why Diddy, he can't go into a regular housing unit because somebody will take him out for sure. Somebody's gonna get a lot of street credibility out of this. People that are doing substantial time that know they're never getting out. They'll just kill the guy. No questions asked.
Sources from within the facility describe Diddy as someone who's keeping his distance from everyone. He's spending most of his time in isolation, choosing to stay locked inside his cell rather than interacting with other inmates. Some say it's a survival tactic. After all, prison isn't exactly the place where a music mogul with years of controversy can expect a warm welcome. He's also said to be relying on yoga and meditation as coping mechanisms. Imagine that. The same man who once threw some of the wildest parties the industry has ever seen is now sitting cross-legged on a thin mattress trying to find his center. The contrast is striking, but it's also raising questions about what's really going on with him. There are a few theories. The first is fear. The Metropolitan Detention Center isn't a luxury retreat. It's a high-security facility housing some of the toughest individuals. Diddy might be worried about potential threats from other inmates, whether it's due to his fame, his wealth, or just the nature of his alleged crime. Another theory is that this is a power move. By refusing to leave his cell, Diddy might be trying to control the narrative, disrupt the system, or even send a message to those watching his every move. It wouldn't be the first time a public figure used isolation to make a statement. And then there's the possibility that this is a mental health struggle. The weight of the lawsuits, criminal charges, and public scrutiny might finally be catching up to him. His behavior could be a sign of someone trying to cope with immense stress and fear in the only way they know how. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. Life inside the cell is a far cry from the flashy, larger-than-life persona that Diddy once embodied. And just when you thought things couldn't get more chaotic, Jaguar Wright enters the chat with jaw-dropping allegations that are sending shockwaves through the industry.
Nobody had to look at him for real. And the truth is nobody did. Everybody laughed and joked about him dancing like a idiot in all them goddamn videos. Twirling around in circles. This been wild. So I'm just saying, they didn't know. And he wasn't telling them. They just know he got the budget. He go to LA, he talk to Clive, he come back with the bread. Apparently, he has this man's confidence. Yeah, I'm sure that man was very confident with his in his mouth.
For those who aren't familiar, Jaguar Wright is a singer and industry whistleblower known for calling out big names in the music world. Her latest claims? They're about Diddy and they're not holding back. One of the most shocking allegations she's made involves a rumor that Diddy is HIV positive. She hasn't provided any evidence, but her accusations have ignited a firestorm with people debating whether there's any truth to the claim or if it's just another layer of sensationalism added to his already chaotic situation. Jaguar has also accused Diddy of using his influence to manipulate people in the industry. According to her, he's a master of control, using his power to silence those who cross him and to cover up scandals. She has painted him as someone who operates behind the scenes in ways that would make most people's heads spin. The reactions to her claims have been mixed. On one side, you have people who believe every word she says, pointing to her history of exposing uncomfortable truths about the industry. They see her as a voice for the voiceless, someone brave enough to speak out against powerful figures. On the other hand, there are people who think Jaguar is simply seeking attention or trying to stay relevant by riding the wave of Diddy's public downfall. Regardless of where you stand, there's no denying that Jaguar Wright's comments have added another layer of drama to an already explosive story. And if there's one thing we've learned about Diddy's saga, it's that the twists and turns are far from over.
This is the most disturbing Diddy clip that I've seen so far, and it really honestly makes you realize that everyone who went to these parties isn't so innocent.
Okay, we gonna have DJ Cassidy right now get on the ones and twos. We fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is a legendary white party. It's the real white party. Make some noise if you've been here before. Okay. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. Hey, DJ.
For years, Diddy was living large, but now things have taken a wild turn. Social media is buzzing with hot takes about his legal issues and behavior in jail. Even his diehard fans are starting to wonder if they ever really knew the guy behind the hits. A person commented saying he's avoiding everything because he knows it's over for him. All those years of shady deals and hurting people are finally catching up. Another one added, refusing to leave his cell? That's fear. He is not the big boss he pretended to be anymore. The lawsuits have created a snowball effect. It's not just about the allegations anymore. It's like all the whispers and controversies from the past are finally catching up to him. With everything that's come out recently and his unpredictable behavior in jail, he's starting to look more like a guy losing control than the confident figure he used to be. This mess isn't just hurting his personal brand, it's also affecting his professional legacy. Even his music and business wins are getting a second look. Critics are starting to question if his success was really about talent and hard work, or if it was more about manipulation and exploitation. As these discussions keep making headlines, it's clear that Diddy's influence and legacy might not bounce back to what they used to be. So, is Diddy playing a long game here, or is he just out of options? Let's break down some theories. One idea is that his refusal to cooperate could be a strategic move. By staying put and dragging out the legal process, Diddy might be trying to buy himself some time. Maybe he's looking to gather evidence to fight back, or just hoping to wear down his accusers, who are mostly regular folks without the means for a long legal battle. Another theory is that these delays are a way to mess with the legal system. Diddy's legal team might be trying to create some procedural hiccups, hoping to push back court dates or weaken the prosecution's case. This isn't the first time a high-profile defendant has played the delay game. But there's also a simpler explanation. Maybe he's just cracking under all the pressure. With so many lawsuits, public scrutiny, and feeling like he's lost control of his life, Diddy might be struggling to cope. If that's the case, his refusal to leave his cell could be less about strategy and more about someone who's genuinely overwhelmed. Looking ahead, the stakes are super high. His trial, set for May 2025, could be a major turning point, not just for Diddy, but for how people see him. So, what's your take? Is Diddy a mastermind stalling for time, or a man buckling under the weight of his past? And what do you think about Jaguar Wright's claims? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on this story and other celebrity news.